Hey guys, we're going to start right at 1 o'clock. So get all of your snacks, get your beverages, get your questions, and we want you guys to be ready to talk and chat with us in the chat. See you guys at 1. Okay, I heard you guys didn't hear me. My bad. So Happy New Year. Thank you guys for tuning in. What it is and what it ain't. So just know that we are not chefs. So before we start anything, we want us to be respectful. We are not chefs. What we do works for us. It may not be the professional way. We also ask that you guys are respectful. So my mother, my sister's in the comments, my mother-in-law's in the comments. So just be mindful of the things that you're saying. I am also working the production this time, so be concise with your comments, your questions. We want to hear them. We want you guys to engage with us. But don't write a soliloquy in a paragraph. I can't get to it. Thank you. But I want you guys to have fun. I want you guys to chat with us. So please just, let's have fun today, okay? So that's what it is, and that's what it ain't. You guys are here. We are cooking with the Connors today. Thank you guys again for coming. There is a delay, so be mindful of when you put your comment or your question in the chat. There will be a delay, so it's about 30-ish seconds, I think. So what we're going to do now, we're going to talk about what we're cooking, okay? So let's look at the recipes first. We are cooking garlic knots, which I will post these recipes so you guys can check them out at your convenience. You can kind of get the ingredients and things, but we're going to make homemade garlic knots from scratch. We are also going to do a garlic alfredo sauce as well. And one thing we don't have a recipe card for is the crab legs. So I will talk you through making crab legs on your own. Super easy, but that's what we're cooking today. We're making a scratch made alfredo sauce with sauteed vegetables topped with king crab leg meat and scratch made garlic knots. It was good. It was delicious, but we'll save the live reactions for later. So I wanted to give you a price of what we're looking at for this dish. So the alfredo sauce, the ingredients were about, let's see, 18, 21, 24, about $26 for the alfredo sauce. You got about 12 servings out of that sauce, so just to be mindful. Your bread ingredients were about $6 and your pasta was $2. Now, that's if you don't serve this dish without, crab. It's just the plain pasta and the bread. So we use, like I said, you'll get 10 to 12 servings out of the pasta and you'll get 18 knots out of that dough. If you like pizza, you can get about 8 knots and then you can make like a large pizza with the dough that you're making. So the dough that you're going to see is pretty versatile. So it's $36 total for this dish without the crab. You'll get 10 to 12 servings of that pasta. The king crab was about $17 a pound. So if that's a bit pricey for you, you can always sub out snow crab for that. I know that's about $10 a pound. Or you can do salmon, or you can do any meat you like. Chicken, shrimp, steak is really good on this. I've had it a couple years ago. So for calorie wise, if you ate this whole thing of alfredo sauce, it's 535 calories for just the alfredo sauce. So it's really thick. A fourth a cup of sauce is all you need. That's 67 calories. A cup of pasta, a fourth cup of veggies, 1 garlic knot is 149 calories. 2 ounces of king crab leg, that's 55 calories. That brings this entire dish to 359 calories per serving. So that's not bad. I'll actually show you the servings when we get to that piece, but just to let you know, if you were to go to like an Olive Garden or something, those calories are going to be like 3 times that amount because of the preservatives and things like that. So you just want to be mindful that what we're cooking today does not have preservatives in it. It is homemade, it is scratch made, and we're using all unprocessed ingredients. So before we get into the cooking, substitutions. A lot of people are lactose intolerant. The great thing about the world we currently live in is there's a lot of vegan and dairy-free substitutes that you can use. So these ingredients where there's milk or butter or heavy whipping cream, there's a lot of plant-based options and alternatives you can use that will run you about the same calorie-wise. They may be a little bit more for the price point, but just to let you know. So as we're talking through these things, guys, and you may have questions, I just want you guys to know you can email us. Our email is cookingwiththeconnors@gmail.com. You can email us with any questions you have. You can email us if you have suggestions for things you want to see us cook on the channel. You can email us if you want to see the recipe cards. You can put it in the chat if you want anything. So just to let you guys know how to contact us if you can't reach us in the chat, okay? So without any further ado, we are going to get to making this amazing dish that you see in front of you. That's the garlic knot. That's the pasta. I actually did a half portion for myself and for the plating. But like I said, we'll show you some full portions that we gave out for live reactions, okay? So without any further ado, let's start the show. So first we're going to start with Will. Will is our chef, and he is going to start the dough. He's pouring in some water. He's pouring in about, I believe, 1.5 cups of water. And then he is pouring in some a packet of active yeast. He's pouring that in. That's about 2¼ teaspoons, but a packet is standard across the board. Then he's pouring in a little bit of sugar. And we're going to zoom in and look at him whisk it up, whisk it up, whisk it up, whisk it up. And what he'll do is, after he whisk it up and everything, he's going to let it sit for 5 minutes because we want to make sure that that yeast activates, right? So 5 minutes has passed. We're back. And we want to see kind of like a muddy water with a little bit of like suds in there. So like suds. So that's how we know our bread is ready to kind of go to the next step. So what he's going to do, he's going to add all of the olive oil, and he'll add a little bit of salt, and then he'll add half of the flour. What he'll do after he adds half the flour, he'll start to mix it up, get it mixed up and all that, and then he will go back and add the other half. So you guys are quiet in the chat. I'm not used to that. You guys, but that's cool. We love you anyway. So we'll just keep talking through the video. So he mixed in half of the flour and all of that. We have a standing mixer. Will bought a standing mixer because he was tired of me mixing breads and cakes with the handheld mixer that we have. So I thought that was really dope of him to make sure that we had what we needed for our cooking show, or just me cooking, period. So after he adds half the dough, he's going to make sure it is well mixed in, and he is going to add the other half of the flour, and he's going to mix it up. Before he does that, you notice he's taking a spatula and he's going around the edges and the bottom to kind of make sure that it's mixed in, because you don't want to just have raw flour on top of moist mixture, because as soon as you start your mixer, the dust will fly everywhere. So that is a trick. Before you get to mixing your flour, you want to do like a light combining of the dry to wet ingredients so you don't have dust flying everywhere. I did it before. It wasn't fun. It was flour everywhere, and I was highly agitated with myself. Okay, so yeah, what he's doing is just mixing it a little bit, just a smidgen, and then he's gonna start the so when we let the yeast mix, I got a text message. Anna, you're supposed to be in the chat. Don't do that. When you add the yeast mixture, you let it sit for 5 minutes for the first time. You just want the yeast to activate. Then we're going to let it sit to rise. So 5 minutes, and then we let it rise. That's also in the ingredients. After he hand mixes it, Will's gonna turn on the blender and just get it roughly mixed. He just wants everything roughly mixed. He doesn't want it too combined, too perfect. I know some recipes call for that, but with these knots, you kind of you want to be mindful of that. So once we let that mix for about 2 minutes, we come in, we wipe down our surface with plant-based ingredients. I love that everything is from scratch, so fresh. Thank you, mother-in-law. You will love this dish. When the pandemic is over, we will bring you some. You can come up and come get your little professor because he wildin'. But after we wipe down our surface, we're going to sprinkle a little flour on the surface because we don't want our dough to stick. So this is the point where we're going to get into working with the dough, kneading it before we let it rest. So after we sprinkle a little flour, we also don't want the flour to fly everywhere. We want to kind of get it down on the table. So we just kind of walk through with a steady hand. Pat the flour down, make sure it's not like, it's loose, but it's not like ready to fly everywhere, okay? So that's what Will's doing. And then he pulls the dough out of the container, the mixing bowl, and he's gonna combine it, knead it up, and get it ready to rise, okay? And this was Will's first time making dough from scratch or bread from scratch, so he did an amazing job. So for our test tasters, Will made your garlic knots. Does the mixing speed matter? What should the mixing speed be? Okay, for the mixing speed, for the first time, you want it on a low to medium, Anna. So when you do it the 15 seconds, when you do half the flour, low. When you do it for the 2 minutes, low to medium. You kind of just want to get the ingredients mixed up so there's not a lot of loose flour. So what we'll do is combining all the dough, working it in, kneading it down. And you're going to notice what he's doing. He's kind of poking the dough. When it kind of pushes back and rises back up, it's ready to rise. So he's going to just keep kneading it for about maybe 15-30 seconds, beating it down just to make sure that, you know, all the ingredients are mixed in and they're ready to rise. So he's poking it now. Nothing rolls back up. So he knows he needs to get back in there and start kneading again, right? So keep going, Will. Keep poking and knead. Yep, knead it again. Knead it again. Okay. He's going to knead it. He's going to knead it just a little more. And then we're going to zoom in when it's ready so you can see when I say when it pokes, it rises back. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So he's going to just fold it over, fold it over, fold it over. And I think we're ready to zoom in to see, but we'll see. We'll just watch him knead and see. And I think he's about to, I think it's about ready. I'm looking at the bread. And just to let you know, this video was pre-recorded. Will is not upstairs making bread. But the bread is ready. He's going to test it with his finger, poke it. It's going to rise back, and we're going to zoom in and catch it. So he's going to poke it, and it slowly rises back if you caught that. That's how we know that we're ready to move to the next step for the bread to rise. We spray down a big bowl with a little cooking spray or olive oil, any kind of oil that you have. The recipe calls for olive oil, but cooking spray is okay. If you use cooking spray, make sure it's heavily cooking spray down. So you don't want it a dry bowl. You want it oily. So he's going to spray down that bowl, and then he's going to coat the bread in the bowl so that it has somewhere to rise. Okay? So he's going to pick it up. He's going to get his bread in a little knot, and he's going to put it in the dish. And then after he puts it in the dish, he coats it in the oil that was in the pan. So we're just going to watch him do that. And then once it's ready, you'll see what the final product looks like after it's fully coated in the oil. Don't mind me, I'm just drinking a little tea. So it's fully coated in oil. It's in the bowl. It looks good. Now it needs to rise. This will rise for 2 hours. So during that time, we did a lot. We watched the movie. We ate lunch, but that's what we want to see. That is the first part of the video that we have for you guys. Okay. That is what you'll see. That is the 2 hour rising. So I'm going to just see if you guys have any questions. If not, we'll kind of go to the next piece that we have for you guys. So for the nutritional content of garlic knots, a lot of people say, well, bread isn't really that healthy. I don't want to eat bread, you know, all that good stuff. However, store-bought versus frozen bread versus homemade bread, like if you buy it from like when I say store-bought, I mean like Domino's or somebody that makes garlic knots, versus frozen versus a Pillsbury that you would buy frozen already that you just bake, versus homemade, you're going to get more for your money. So it's homemade bread is tastier, it's more nutritious, and it's cheaper than purchasing it. So $4 to $5 is what you would pay for about 6 garlic knots frozen from like a Pillsbury or something. But if you get it from like a Domino's, you'll get like 8 for like $9. Whereas what we paid for these knots were like $5, and you got 18 knots, and they were from scratch. So we only use half the dough in this, but you can freeze the other dough. You can make pizza with that. So just know that this isn't the only recipe that you can use this dough for. It's a lot of things you can use dough for. So just be mindful of that. So if there are no questions, what we'll do is move on to the next video. So after the 2 hours, this is where we are. 2 hours later, guys. Two hours later. Yes, really, 2 hours later, after the bread had rose. This is what it will look like, okay? So that's what it looks like. It should rise. It should double in size. It should be full of air. So we just covered it and let it sit for 2 hours. Now Will is punching down the air. So you have to get the air out of the dough before you begin to work with it. Otherwise, it won't bake properly. So when it's punched down, he just literally is releasing the air out of the dough. So that's what it is. And then what we're going to do again, we're going to reflour our surface because we wiped it up. Reflour it again, and we're going to start to work and cut our knots, okay? Again, patting down that flour so when we put the dough on there, it won't be flying everywhere and all that stuff. So we want to make sure that we are rolling up that dough, and we are going to basically slice it down and make them knots. And we're going to show you how to make knots because a lot of people may struggle with that. A lot of people may be intimidated by making bread from scratch, but I really wanted Will to show this part because I make bread quite often. Will doesn't. So it may be less intimidating to see somebody who hasn't done it before. So once he rolls it out, we're going to cut half. Like I said, we only used half, and we got about 10 knots out of this. So he's going to roll this down. We're going to show this in double time. So it's going to look a lot faster. And what we're doing is just cutting them into like 1-inch little chunks. And then each chunk will be rolled out and turned into a knot. Okay? Got it? Y'all with me? Yeah? No? Cool. So all right, he's cutting them down. He's cutting them down. And I think this is me now. Yes, this is me. So I'm going to take one knot and I'm going to slow it down and show you how to make a knot. We take one piece, we stretch it out, we lay it flat with our fingers, not too flat, and we kind of shape it into a log. Once we shape it into a log, we kind of want to do a quick roll to make sure there's very little cracks and seams. You want to make sure this knot is pretty. But if not, it's fine. I just I'm a little type A about what my knots look like, you know. So not the knot on my head, it's just whatever. But yeah, my bread knots, I really like them to be a little, you know, cute. So I'm knotting them. I'm basically rolling it out, and I'm making a knot like you would if you were knotting a shoestring, a rope. Like, it's the same knot. Looking nice. Thank you, Sans. I see you out here. So that is the knot. I just slowed it down, showed you the knot, and that is what it is. And we're going to give you the voila hands in a minute. Once I quit picking at this knot, voila, that's the knot. That's what it's going to look like. And that's a picture of the final knot before we, let it rise again and all that good stuff. But we're going to do that with all of them. And then once we're done, we're going to get a piece of parchment paper. And we use a pizza stone because it's easier. You can use a baking sheet or what have you. But we have a pizza stone. So we put all the knots on a parchment lined pizza stone. And then what we're doing in that time is we're going to put them down and we're going to let them rise between 30 and 45 minutes. No less than 30 minutes, no more than 45 minutes. You want to be mindful of that time. If you have a timer on your phone, that's great. If you have a timer on your oven, that's great. Just make sure that you're mindful of the time. I'm terrible at remembering time. So what I do is I have reminders on the oven on my phone. Like I said, you want to just kind of lightly cover it and then let it rest for 30-45 minutes. In that time, we're going to start our pasta. So we get some water going. We put a little liquid aminos in there. We put a little pure olive oil, and then the liquid aminos is for like a salt substitute, and the oil is so your pasta doesn't stick. Deb, you guys make it look so easy. It is easy. You just gotta try. And then we pour in a box of farfo, or farfalle, however you want to pronounce it, Barilla pasta. So those are the little bow tie pastas. We're also going to show you guys how to get the crab meat out of king crab legs. So they have spikes on them. If you buy a pair of kitchen shears, about $6-7 max, easily you can cut through the crab shells, pull them open with your fingers, and pull out whole pieces of crab. So a lot of people say, I can't get it out. It comes out completely decimated, completely just minced. I want my crab meat to have chunks of crab. So pair of kitchen shears will help you out. Okay. We have 2 pairs. And that's kind of what it is. That was a quick video of how to do crab meat, right? So are there any questions? I'm going to throw out if there's any questions, but if not, I'll kind of keep my eyes on the chat and I will walk you guys through some things that what we were doing, okay? So I know that moved kind of fast, but I wanted to give you guys some health benefits of crab meat. So crab meat, as you can see on your screen, promotes bone health because crab is very high in phosphorus. Phosphorus is a very important mineral for humans to have. It also protects the nervous and cognition system, so your brain, your nervous system, it protects those. Crab meat is also noticeably high in omega-3 and omega-3 fatty acids, which protects the heart. So for those people who have heart conditions or want to be aware of them, you should try some crab meat. Make sure that it is crab meat and it's not like imitation, real crab meat, not the stuff you get in the deli aisle for like $1.50. Don't eat that mess. I don't like it. Anyway, it does reduce inflammation. It boosts your immune system and it detoxifies the blood in the body. So if you have liver, kidney issues, blood issues, circulation issues, it's high in copper too. So crab meat is very healthy for you. Very just something that we all need, to get more of. Those things that we don't see in our diet every day. Okay? So we got that. We talked about kitchen shears. That's about, like I said, $6 to $7 on the high end. You could probably find them cheaper for that online. I'm not going to say any online retailers because I don't want to give people free publicity, okay? That ain't what this is. That ain't what this is, all right? My husband said when he uses the shears for the crab legs that the spikes, if he uses gloves for the spikes, that he doesn't actually feel it. So it feels a lot better. So for me, I don't see a difference. I don't use the gloves, but my husband uses kitchen shears and gloves. So you can try that too. Let's see. I also want to talk about some differences between omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. So maybe we'll save that for later. But No, we're going to do it now. So omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. When people hear about those two acids, they're most often found in most popular ones for me anyway, salmon and crab legs. So I just wanted to pull up some benefits, health benefits of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. So they're there, they're right on the screen. Like I said, omega-3 is really good at lowering the chance of high blood pressure, while omega-6 really reduces the risk of heart disease. So I don't see any questions in the comments at all. I went through all of the information I wanted to share with you guys. And we also have one last video to kind of pull all the cooking and stuff together. All right. So let's get that. Where can I get the kitchen shears from? Shatina, I just said I was not giving nobody no free publicity. You can go online. You can go to wherever you get kitchen products from. So if you get kitchen products from stores that rhyme with Arget, you could probably find kitchen shears here. If you get your kitchen products from online retailers that rhyme with Glamazon, you could probably get your kitchen shears there too. So those are where you can get kitchen shears from. Like I said, $6 to $7. If this is moving a little too fast for you, always remember, email us at cookingwiththeconnors@gmail.com. So, not text me, girl. So, you can email us, you can get in the comments, but yeah, just let us know what questions you have so we can assist you into making this amazing dish. So we're gonna go to the last video, and it is talking about, let's see, Alfredo. Those are our ingredients, right? So we're going through, we're going to add the butter to our cast iron. We want that cast iron to be hot on a 4 or 5 on a 10-point scale on your stove. So that's like medium, low, medium. And we want that butter to melt down, right? So as the butter is melting down, we are getting our ingredients ready. We are ready to eat. By this time, we are good and hungry, okay? I know I am looking at this butter, all right? But we melt the butter down. We add our heavy whipping cream. It's already been pre-measured. We pour it into the skillet. And while the butter is melting, we kind of want the two to merge together and, you know, become friends and melt. So that's what we're doing now. Melting our butter, adding our heavy whipping cream, still on that 5-point scale, medium heat, and then you're just kind of mixing it up, right? So let's see, what are we adding next? Where's my tea? We're going to add some garlic paste. Garlic paste is minced garlic in liquid form. That is something I use if I want like a really potent garlic taste in my dishes. So it's 2 tablespoons of garlic. However, I just go with enough garlic until I feel like the ancestors will be proud of me in that aspect. So you can use fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder, then we add some seasoning salt as well. I know somebody's going to ask where you get garlic paste from. You can get it in the deli. So it's in like the produce section of your grocer. So we're adding seasoned salt, we add pepper, we add, black peppercorn grinder, excuse me. And then we add a little bit of onion, probably, and some Italian seasoning, right? So our recipe covers the ingredients and the exact measurements for that. And then what we're doing now, we're just mixing it up. So you want to just slowly mix it in. We've turned our heat to maybe 4.5, 5, so not too much high. But we just want to make sure that it's still medium. Then we're going to add about 4 ounces of Parmesan cheese. This recipe calls for 2 cups. 1 cup is 8 ounces, 2 cups is 16 ounces. You want to break it into fourths. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. Great job, people. So we want to add our Parmesan in chunks of 4 ounces because too much Parmesan at one time just will give you a hot, stringy mess. So as we melt down 4 ounces, We want to kind of scrub it in, and we want to, add them in chunks of 4 ounces. As our Alfredo sauce is going, we know our timer has went off for our garlic knots. So we are getting the topping started. We love letting the ancestors lead during cooking. Yes, Keita. Yes, we do. So butter, garlic paste, Italian seasoning. We're just making the topping for our garlic knots. This is what it is. And then, like I said, you will get the ingredients and the exact measurements in the recipe. And then we add just a smidgen of salt. Again, I'm letting the ancestors guide me. I can eyeball my measurements. I cook it so much. But for some people, they don't do that, which I understand. We melt the butter, we melt the seasonings, and we mix it up. That is not a painting brush. That is a pastry brush. So be mindful when you're getting brushes from the store that you're getting a pastry brush, not a painting brush. Do not be using no painting brush on this food now, okay? So we want to basically paint our topping onto our garlic knots. We can be as liberal as we want with that. Just paint it in. Make sure you get a good heavy coating of the topping on the garlic knots. You see they've risen. I missed the crab. No, we didn't cook the crab yesterday, Keita. We cut the crab. I didn't show the cooking, but I will review the ingredients and the preparation method for you as soon as this video stops. I promise. I will go over that, Stakita. Just remind me. So you want to, like I said, cover all the knots, and then you keep a little bit of topping for when those knots come out, right? So now our Alfredo is done. Our knots are in the oven. Then we're going to start to saute our vegetables. So we used a cup of onion, a cup of bell pepper, and a cup of mushrooms. What we do in this house, we buy produce in bulk. We chop it up how we want to use it, and we freeze it. So these are frozen. That's why you see me kind of beating on the mushrooms. We've already pre-cut these. We've already did all that stuff. We do it when we go grocery shopping. So we have bags and bags of just chopped fresh onion, bell pepper, and mushrooms and zucchini in our freezer. And whenever we want to cook something, it's already chopped. So with the kid, that saves us a lot of time. So we're going to just cook down those vegetables, make sure that they are cooked, they are sweated out, and that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Should I go over the crab preparation? Yes, I can go over the crab preparation. So, Sakita, for a pound of crabs, you want to use 2 to 3 cups of water. You want to use 4 to 5 capfuls of apple cider vinegar. You want to add a bay leaf. You want to add Old Bay. You want to add onion powder. You want to add garlic powder. And that's it. Now, for some people, they say, what about the beer? You can add beer and you don't need the apple cider vinegar. However, the one time I ran out of beer, apple cider vinegar is a great substitution for that. So feel free to use both. Feel free to use one or the other and see and tell me what you like. But we'll like the apple cider vinegar best. So that's the crab recipe. So that's how the veggies should look. Once they're cooked, they should be sweated out. And that's our final meal. We got the garlic knot. We got the pasta. We got the crab meat on top. Right? Right. So we are back. We are back. We are back. Let's see. I want to show you guys this dish again. This dish looks great. If you missed the final presentation of it, there's our garlic knot. There's our bow tie pasta. There's our Alfredo sauce. Our veggies are underneath. And then we have our Cajun king crab meat on top. Right? Got it. This was amazing. So I want to talk about some of our live reactions. We had some live reactions, and when I tell you they were live, y'all, they were live. Like, live as in real rap raw live. But before we get to that, I want to go through some health benefits of what you saw. So, we have some benefits of homemade Alfredo versus store-bought. For me, personally, I used to eat store-bought Alfredo. Didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought Alfredo sauce was way too complicated to make. However, know that store-bought varieties, they can have good flavor, but your homemade is going to taste way better. It's going to be cheaper, it's going to be fresher, and you're going to use less sauce because it's homemade. So it's no preservatives, and it tastes exactly how you want it to taste. There's no sugar. The ingredients are so fresh and flavorful, okay? So that's the benefits of homemade Alfredo versus store-bought, right? So we also want to talk about benefits of yellow onion. So we talked about red onion in our last video, but we want to talk about yellow onion. So there's cancer-fighting compounds in yellow onion, like a red onion. There's plenty of antibacterial properties. And with the yellow onion, it enhances the elasticity of blood vessels. So for people that say, you know, I am sipping from the, you know, lake of youthfulness, I eat a lot of onions. You should get into it, okay? So you also want to talk about some mushroom health benefits. A lot of people don't really like mushrooms. We love them. They're one of the few vegan sources of vitamin D, full of fiber, low fat, and they help reduce wrinkles. So again, I'm almost 35. I got a kid, and I ain't got no wrinkles. Get into some mushrooms, boo. And then heavy whipping cream. A lot of people, you know, oh, that's so fatty and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Know that full fat dairy products like this, they're full of nutrients that have fat soluble vitamins, and they have linked to a decreased risk of conditions like heart disease and obesity. I'm not saying, you know, have heavy whipping cream every day, all day, and then some. I'm just saying every now and then it's okay. Like a lot of foods that may not be the best, they're good in moderation, right? Too much of anything is bad for you anyway. Bell peppers, full of potassium. They're great for skin and hair. They're packed with folate, another anti-aging mineral, full of fiber, you know, especially for those, if you know, aren't regular, get some foods in your system that are full of fiber. You know, fiber will clean you out. Praise him. Hallelujah. Yes, it will. Liquid aminos. So we talked about liquid aminos in our last cooking video, but we cook with liquid aminos a lot. There's some new people on the channel, I'm sure, viewing this. So we wanted to kind of run down some quick things about liquid aminos for those that are unfamiliar. A lot of people are unfamiliar with liquid aminos. So just to let you know, that's what it is. That's what it ain't, okay? So now that we've done that, I wanted to get into some of these live reactions, okay? So the first live reaction we up is a newly engaged woman, you know, on our channel, and we're so happy for her, but she ate this dish and she wants to tell you what her thoughts were on it. But before we get to that, I see some comments. Can you store excess sauce in the fridge? How long? Well, it's fresh sauce. Some people freeze it. I don't, but you're not going to eat. You're not going to have no excess sauce in the fridge, Mona. I know your kids. They're going to eat it all. So you can store excess. However, this recipe makes about 2 thick cups of sauce. We got, like I said, 10 to 12 servings for adults out of this recipe. So if you do one recipe of it or one portion of the card, you won't have any excess sauce. However, what you can do is combine your excess sauce with your pasta and your vegetables and have a bowl of pasta with your excess sauce. So I got you. So now we're going to get into the live reactions, and that will be that.
Yeah.
And you see her portions. It's a pretty good plate.
Very tasteful.
Sis said it was good.
And flavorful, might I add. And I love food, so this is absolutely the best. Good job. And I don't like mushrooms, but the mushrooms are just perfect. Superb. Good job.
So that was our live reaction from one of our newly engaged followers, and she enjoyed that meal, okay? We also have another live reaction from another friend and follower of the show. We're going to put them up so you can hear what he had to say about this meal.
OMG. I must say thank you to the Connors. This is delicious. Oh my God. Am I at the Cheesecake Factory or something? Very, very good.
All right. So that was the live reaction from Brother Quentin. Are you joining the show today?
Just for a little bit.
Oh, so we got, our sous chef in the building. We got Brother Connors in the building. You in?
What's going on?
What's going on? So, you want to do the giveaway?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, you want to go grab the hat and stuff? So what we're going to do right now, there was a giveaway going on this entire month for our channel. And we want to just thank you guys for subscribing to our channel, telling other people to subscribe to our channel, sharing our content. Like, we really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the names live so you guys don't think we're cheating, So Will has written down all the names of our subscribers. For those that had extra entries for entering, we thank you. Your name is in there for the extra entries that you do have. And we're going to pull names. I believe we're giving away 4. Can you show me the Bluetooth thingy? So we have an LED wireless bulb speaker. This is about $50. So we're giving away 4 of these. It is too late to enter this giveaway. So if you didn't subscribe before December 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you ain't in it and you can't win it. See, that's why, I'm sorry, but you can't. So Will's going to pull the names and we're going to see who won.
All right, how many I'm pulling? 4?
Yep, you're pulling 4.
All right. So the first winner of our giveaway is
Quentin Pennell. So our last taste tester, Quentin, you won one of these $50 LED wireless Bluetooth speakers. And how this works is you just plug it into an outlet that takes a light bulb, connect it to your phone, and you can control the color of the lights, and you can also control music. So when you're practicing your praise team music with me, you can listen to your music and have some dope lighting. So I will just drop this off at your house, Quentin. Let me know. That's one winner. Next winner is Diamond. Diamond won. Diamond Jenkins, we are going to cover shipping and we will ship this to you. Diamond, you also won one of the $50 LED wireless bulb speakers. Hey! So that's Quentin. That's Diamond. He's shaking it up, shaking it up, shaking it up. Let's see. Who is the next winner? Monique Tanner. Monique Tanner, you're a winner. You're a winner. I will drop off one of these to you, Monique. Please inbox me your address if I don't have it. Diamond, Quentin, Monique, I will be reaching out after the show if you don't. So just to let you know, we got one more winner. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up. What we get?
I can't read my own hand right now. Siobhan.
Siobhan Peoples. Siobhan Peoples, you have also won a $50 LED wireless Bluetooth speaker. So I'm sure the kids will love this. I don't know how you gonna split it between them, but yeah, you got one of these. We will cover shipping. I just need your address. All right, so those are, thank you, honey.
Yep, no problem.
Alrighty, bye. So we got a cameo from, our sous chef, Will Connors. Willie must be down for a nap. Praise Jesus for naps. Hallelujah. Won't he do it? So we did our giveaways. We did our live reactions. Do we have any other questions or anything? No? So I know you guys wanted to see Willie. Willie ate this dish. However, I did not record his reaction. What I will do is show you how cute he was on New Year's Eve. Oh, isn't he so cute? Oh, he's so cute. He's a nap taker. He's a food critic. He's a headache, but we love him, right? So that is Willie. You guys got to see Willie. And we're also going to show our production team today. You know who we guys are. I'm Jennifer Connors. I'm the head chef. I'm the editor. Graphics are normally done by me. However, our flyer today was done by IRC Art. So we thank her for that. Will is our soup prep chef. He's the booking agent for talent. If you want to book us for a show, let us know. Email us. It's awesome. We do charge, okay? And Willie takes naps and tastes the food. That's what he does. That's what he will do. And that's what it is. So thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate the support. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you, Mom. And for those that were late, we're going to show our intro again because I worked hard on it and I want you to see it, okay?